DBS Plays. Hey everyone, welcome back to DBS Plays, where we're continuing Sonic Mania. Sonic Mania. I actually did have it paused here the whole time. I just didn't play my Switch for... It's been a few days, actually, since I'll get back to this, and right now I'm actually using my, I forgot the company name or the exact name of it, but it's my Switch Pro controller, Shadow Edition. As in, like, it has a little shadow figure in it, and it's got a neat little background. I don't know why I thought I was going to kill that, but anyway, that's good. Anyway. So yeah, and I've actually released a video, like, as of this recording, the previous day, me and Corey made a new video, like, Soul Calibur, that's cool. This is awesome. Anyway. Oh, okay, it just brings me back there. Okay, never mind then. Anyway. But, let's see. So, yeah, I'm trying to say here. Yeah, I actually released a video me and Corey did yesterday. It was about, well, when we played Soul Calibur 2. That's, yeah, well, you know the drill. Yes, yesterday for a moment in time right now, it was yesterday, anyway. Yeah? Anyway. The Tails. Come on, Tails. Thank you. That was fun. Yeah. Now, of course, I don't remember where all the things are at. Okay, it's not. Okay, I can't get in that way. But I definitely see a thing over there, and I'm pretty sure, or it wouldn't surprise me if there was a giant ring. Let's see here. Tails, can you get me in there? No. Okay, like you know what I'm talking about. Like, you know, you see a wall like that, and you can see through it, and you're just like, okay, there's got to be a secret there, you know, that kind of deal. Okay. Yeah, that's one annoying thing, is that when you're trying to do the Tails thing, it's like, it doesn't always register. But anyway, yeah, also yesterday, I finally started playing, Astrobot. Like, the one that's just called Astrobot. Which is funny that we got Astrobot, like, a few games in. Like, or like 2 or 3 games in. Okay, more like 3 or 4 games in. We got Astrobot. Which typically, when you have most, I mean, context is important, but, most of the time, whenever you're, I may have to concentrate on this one that's really hard. But, typically, when you're talking about, like, these certain franchises, like, whenever they have something like the title, like, Astrobot, because that's just been the name of the character anyway. Like Sonic the Hedgehog, the first game, the first few games, I guess, had Sonic the Hedgehog in the title. It was just Okay, cool. Anyway, it just had Sonic the Hedgehog in the title, but you know, eventually it just was called like Sonic, and then you know the name of the game. But like, well, that in Astrobot's case, or you know, like, well, okay, I know Super Mario Bros, but like, you know, well, we stuck with Super Mario. But anyway, but like, it was just funny because, maybe not funny. I just, you know, how I like to say wrong words. But it's just, you know, it's like with Astrobot, it was, what am I trying to say here? This is bullcrap. Yeah, this is a case where I wish that this had come out, or they had updated this game to where, you know, kind of like what they did with Sonic Origins, where you could try again. But anyway, at least it's a lot easier to handle to get to the special stages in this game than it is even in Sonic 3. And the special stages are typically easier in general. But anyway, like Astrobot was like, it was like the first game was, I don't even know if Astro's name was in it. I think it was just like the playroom or something like that. It was like some kind of like, you used it like the original PS4 camera or something to play it. I think that's how it was. And then you had Astro's Rescue Mission, I think. I could be wrong on that, but it was a PlayStation VR game. And then you had so what was it? Then you had, okay, I think then you had Astro's Playroom, which was the game that comes with the PS5. Like, I think you still have to download it, but like, you know, it's something you. I could be wrong on this. I think it's something you download, or maybe it's already just pre-installed, and maybe you can uninstall it or something like that. It's just actually a really nice game for like a free pack-in title. I mean, honestly, you're spending $500 on the system. It's the least they could do, you know. Give you a game, even if you could only buy the system, but you can't buy any games yet. You at least have that game, and it's honestly for a pack-in title, it's really good. Like even on its own, it's not something that would be worth a full price, but it's, you know, it's a pretty good game. It's a solid game. Astrobot is the one that, you know, the one that's where the titular character is the title of the game. It's basically a sequel in a way that, like, but in terms of like gameplay, not really in terms of like, not story or anything. It's more like, you know, it's more of a, you know, just more of a sequel in terms of gameplay. It's a different game than Astro's Playroom, but you can still kind of say it's like an expansion on Astro's Playroom. I guess that's how you could say it. Sonic CD, a game that was really not all that good. Not bad, but it's not all that good. But folks, I will be right back. And I'm back. see here. Anyway, so let's see here. There was a no, that's not what I'm gonna say. I don't know what I'm gonna say. Am I already running out of material for this video? Just started like a little over 10 minutes ago. Let's see here. I do not like the design of this level or the look of it and everything. It's a little much going on, and in some ways, it's like it's hard to tell what ways you need to go, or like what is a platform, what's not a platform. I mean, okay, it's not that complicated, but you know what I mean. I wish I remembered where all the giant rings were at. 'Cause, that'd be nice. Yeah. Remember that whole thing where, like, I was just thinking about the thing where it's like, Game Gear Sonic 2 was, like if you didn't rescue Tails or something, it was, some people were trying to say it was implying that Tails died or something like that. That would have been interesting, but they didn't do that. I think it's just because of like how ominous it is, it's very, like, I guess because how many dark moments have happened in older games, so like, I'm just wondering if that was one of those moments. Oh yeah, this thing. Whee! Let's see here. Yeah. Oh, you know what? That's probably a way that I was like. Okay. There we go. Gosh, I love this. But yeah, like it's supposed to be implying that, some people were saying it was implying that Tails died if you got the bad ending, or if you didn't complete the full game, I guess. But it was really just supposed to be, hey, go rescue Tails. You were supposed to rescue Tails. Oh, good. No. Aminals. Metallic Sonic. That is the freaking, spin dash sound from the Game Gear games. There we go, that's right, I was supposed to do that. Do the duck one. Do the duck and cover one. Do the duck and whatever. There we go. Ah. Oh, there we go. Okay, well, okay, yeah, that worked out. I think that was like, okay, so I haven't actually gotten this far. I think it was like Knuckles Chaotix is where it originally came from, but it had a red look about him. Oh no! Let's say I was behind there. Who's behind? Mine. Cool. Like some of these attacks, you kind of like, how are you supposed to dodge them? You know, some of them. Oh boy. Ah! You lose your rings way too easily in this one, in this fight. Ah! If I lose again, I'll just, you know the routine, either fast forward or pause it. Of course, the reason I do that kind of stuff is because I just don't like to waste the audience's time. I don't like to waste your time with just like watching me try it over and over and over. Which thankfully you didn't have to. I didn't have to do either. You know, any of those things. Whoa. Okay, that's what. Okay, that was the purpose. I was like, I swear, if I would have died right there, that'd be so stupid. It's like, all right, a robotic. Ah, crap. Hydro City. Alright, Bubble. Big Bubble. Alright, Big Bubble. Come on, Big Bubble. Big Bubble. Thank you. It's never funny whenever you don't come up. When you're trying to play the game. What's that? Ah. Big Bubble! Thank you. Yeah, I hate when when they do that stuff, where it's like it takes a billion years for it to come back up. I think it was this level where they, like, there was a point where there used to be an Easter egg, but it was eventually taken out, of, like, it's like you hold on to a certain area, you hold on to a thing for like a few seconds or something, and like it plays a clip from like a YouTuber, say Donkey or whatever. I forgot his name, Donkey, whatever, something like that. And I'm just thinking like, but I remember, like I hear that, and then I remember he was the one he was one of those famous closed-minded YouTubers who overly hated on 3D Sonic. And I was like, well, it's a good thing they took that out, because, you know, that pretty much would have made most fans mad, because this guy who's like, you know, at least at the time, was extremely closed-minded and, you know, it has to be my Sonic, not your Sonic, you know, that kind of deal. Probably why maybe that's why they took it out, I'm not sure. Or it could have been for copyright reasons, who knows. Oh, okay. So that actually does give you air when it does that. Well, anyway, yeah. I didn't really even watch a lot of his videos. I watched part of the video where he was talking about, he's like, 3D Sonic, I mean, Mario was so much better going to 3D, and Sonic was just awful, blah, 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 blah. And like, you know, it was back in the 2010s, whenever they didn't really have any proof of, like, things being as bad as they say it is, and, you know, or they don't really give any, you know, they don't really give much of, like, an argument. They just say it. And I remember, like, he was trying to show, like, this dive team or something. It was, like, this diver, said, like, 3D Sonic going in 3D. There's this diver who, like, did horribly going in, or, you know. I didn't even watch the rest of the video. I was like, yeah, I know where this is going. This is generic crap. Generic crap of a closed-minded person. Let's see. Okay, cool. My cat was just shaking off, and I swear you got like spit everywhere. Oh, okay, you can't do it underwater. Oh, at least there's that. But yeah, anyway, the fact that they added a reference to a YouTuber like that, you know, in the Sonic game, the classics, it just kind of added to my, I guess you say, kind of added to my distaste for this game for a little while, and classic Sonic in general. It kind of like, you know the story, you know, where I would discuss it in various videos. But, yeah. Wait, was this the place I was already at? Encountering this enemy. Tails. Okay. Alright. You know, I didn't really need to do that. I just did it. Oh yeah, there's Robotnik right there. Eggman. Thank goodness a bubble was right there. Bubble. Gosh, there's a try to die, Tails. Gosh, I remember the old days of Flash animation, and like went to this one website that had it says Sonic runs into a fan. Like, okay, and then it's old Sonic, like he's in Starlight Zone, and then like he accidentally runs into a running fan, and it's like a oh cool, gotta watch this again as the timer goes. I think that's one of the most annoying things. Like, that's what a lot of Sonic fans hate, is whenever they have this stuff, the timer still goes. I remember getting irritated at that from Sonic Forces. Out of the many things that are irritating about that game. But yeah, I remember like hating that. Like, other Sonic fans hated it too, but Sega still kept doing it. That's really cool that, like, it was misleading there, because like in the first bomb I picked up, it didn't do anything. It didn't do anything wrong to me, but like, you know, did that time, or did that, you know, and took away all my rings. Kind of an interesting reverse situation there. Yay! Let's see here. There we go. Oh gosh. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good design right there. That's poor design. Let's see here. Stupid giant rings, giant 3D rings are at. Gosh, I remember, this is ridiculous. I remember back before this game came out, you know, there was obviously more and more screenshots were showed, and like some more videos were showed off, you know. Pretty sure there's probably not yet. Let's see, more screenshots were being showed. everything like that. And like, you know, people were praising it like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be awesome, and blah 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 blah. But then like, whenever they showed what the special stage looked like, which was supposed to be, you know, supposed to pay homage or whatever to, like Sega Saturn or Sega 32X or something like that. They were like, I don't know, fans are hesitant about this, the special stage. And I'm just like, good lord, guys. Is the 3D that bad to you guys? Like, really? This whole game is just supposed to be a celebration of all the old classic Sonic stuff from before they went multi-platform. Mostly the Genesis, but like, you know. Okay, I can't go over there. Ugh. Gosh, Lord have mercy. It's like, here, we'll give you this mechanic, but we'll only make it work like sometimes. Tails, please stop being retarded. Okay, yeah, there's nothing there. I just wanted to try it and Tails was giving me a hard time. Okay, that's all there was there. Cool. Chasing me. Okay, there's a giant ring. Lord God, please let me win this. Again, I still enjoy, this is still my favorite type of special stage. I don't like any special stage, honestly. It's just, you know, this one's a bit hard. This one's a bit hard on the hard side. I can remember a time whenever I was younger and I was playing Sonic Heroes on PS2. For some reason, I don't know why, I've never been able to figure it out. For some reason, the third special stage, the third emerald for Sonic Heroes gave me such a hard time. Like, and it's one of those, like, you play, you know, whatever kind of zone you're in, that's the, you know, whatever number of zone you're in, that's the kind of, that's the emerald you're getting, you know. Like, it's not a thing where, you know, whenever you enter a special stage, you know, if you haven't gotten the third emerald yet, then you're going to the third, whatever. But, like, for some reason, the one that gave me the hardest time was the third emerald. I don't know why, but it did. What in the world? What the bloody hell is going on here? But like, yeah, you saw that. You saw that. It was supposed to make me jump up, but instead, it was like, nah, we're gonna push you back and make this harder on you. I didn't say this was perfect. I just said it was the best one. Like, it just pushed me back. And now I'm losing because of that thing. The thing that was supposed to push me forward. Push me back. The best Sonic game, folks! This is the best Sonic game! Anyway. But anyway. Moments like that prove people wrong, basically. But like, anyway. Well, you know, what's done is done. Now we're back on track with Sonic. We fired the. See, here's the thing. Here's the funny thing is that like during the writing of like the writing for Sonic or for Sonic during the 2010s, like Sonic has never had particularly great dialogue and everything, but like, man, I forgot their names. But the guys who wrote for Sonic in the 2010s, oh boy, they suck. They did not know how to write good material. Like, yes, Sega did give them, you know, they had to follow what Sega was giving them, and Sega was trying to change it. But they, even if they didn't give that direction, they still are terrible writers. Again, I forgot their names. And of course, to sweeten the deal, and we know why, you know, and to, you know, to not feel bad about them being fired from writing for Sonic, or not being, you know, not being the writers anymore. One of them went on a live stream and was like, not everyone, but a lot of those Sonic fans are idiots, or some of those are idiots, or whatever. And I'm like, oh, cool. Make the fan base even madder at you than they were already. Of course, he was on a podcast that had like that had people who were saying like the Sonic fandom has cannibalized itself and everything, you know. But anyway, yeah, the guy's like, we were idiots. It's like most of the former writers were like, yeah, this is cool. You know, most of the former people are like, yeah, I love being part of it. Sonic, you know, this guy was like, yeah, most of them are idiots. They don't know how the world works. And I remember thinking like, well, you certainly didn't know how the, you certainly didn't know how the, I'm trying to say here, you certainly didn't know how writing worked. And then I found out he was one of the people who used to work on, like, I guess work on, I don't know if it's storyboard or story something for Happy Tree Friends. Look at the tails, good lord. Kind of brutal looking right there. But anyway. I'll be right back, folks. Alright, and we're back, and I had it paused at 38:38 over on my end. Let's see here, but yeah, I found out the guy did like storyboard or whatever for Happy Tree Friends. And I was thinking like, oh, that's why you didn't know how to write a good story. You only know how to write blood and violence, you know, or whatever. I mean, I guess he was involved in all that. I don't know the exact involvement, but I was like, you know. But, you know, Sega was the one who hired them. But see, here's the thing, is that, like, Sonic Colors was needed at the time for critics, and to please critics and all that stuff, but like, you know, and now see, Sonic Mania was, you know, or Sonic Mania, Sonic Generations was a phenomenal game anyway, but the weakest part of it was the story, which thankfully did take a back seat to the game. It's like gameplay. Yeah, it was a pretty good game. It was one of the best Sonic games. Just the weakest part of it was definitely the story. In both versions. We're like, okay. So I wasn't controlling them there. Yeah, like I think this place is based on something from I think it's based on like a cut level from one of the games. Could be wrong on that, but I'm not, you know, certain. And of course the problems with we're talking about classic Sonic, the problems with Sonic Superstars, which by the way we never did get. Some people suspected we might have gotten like a Superstars Ultimate or Superstars Plus, because we had Sonic Mania Plus and Sonic Origins Plus, so everyone figured we'd probably get a Superstars Plus. Well, that never happened. Probably because the game was a spectacular failure. And there are a few reasons for that. There's some that I can... Even Sega themselves have acknowledged it was a disappointment. I mean, not the game itself, but like the sales of the game was a disappointment. And honestly, I can theorize a few factors on why that happened. Forgot about the nose there. The thing I can theorize is that it probably didn't do well. There's an obvious one of it came out just a couple, 2 or 3 days before Super Mario Bros. Wonder. That definitely didn't help things. But yeah, Super Mario Bros. Wonder came out just a few days later. Also, the game was $60, which, I mean, people have complained about Nintendo, but like, you know, with the $60 price tag, trying to be the same price as this new Mario game coming out, and other overpriced Nintendo games. Like, the game... And, like, I think also at that time, whether or not some people admit it, people were just tired of classic Sonic. It was definitely oversaturating the market. Come on now, come on now, come on now! Sonic! There you go! Oh, gosh! Oh, thank goodness. Woo! But anyway, classic Sonic was just oversaturating the market because, again, that's what Sega thought that's all Sonic fans wanted. But the reality was, well, you know the reality. So like, you know, it was in development. It's like, hey, we're gonna have this sequel to Sonic Mania, but it's gonna be in 3D graphics, and the 3D graphics didn't bother me. The fact that it was classic Sonic didn't bother me. It probably would have bothered me more if it had come out in the 2010s, because, you know, again, my distaste at the time for it because of, you know. But, yeah. I forgot what you're supposed to do here. I mean, I'm assuming he hit it there on the weak point, but like, where? But anyway, okay, maybe I was supposed to wait there, but yeah, like if it had come out in like 2019 or something, you know, be like a 2-year later sequel, I would have been like, oh, of course, another classic Sonic thing. It was another case of Sega just misunderstanding what made Sonic, because you know, with the addition of Sonic, classic Sonic and Sonic Forces and everything, they kind of missed the point of what made classic Sonic's inclusion in Sonic Generations so special. You know. And also, it wasn't just classic Sonic that made the game so good. It really was the phenomenal level design. It's beat. Although not really. But but yeah. Sonic, let's see. I can't remember if there's something. Okay, let's see. Well, anyway. But yeah, I can remember whenever, like whenever it came out, it was coming out, I was like, okay, maybe there's something, you know, I was willing to give it the benefit of the doubt. Like, I was giving it a chance. I was like, I didn't mind this time that it was classic Sonic. I didn't mind that, you know, as long as it was good, it's all good, obviously. But, then it comes out, and it's like, at first, it's really fun. The first couple of levels, first few levels, fine. It lasted a bit longer than most classic Sonic stages, but, you know, it's whatever. It was one of those games where I was enjoying it first. It was a little too much like Mario, where it was fun at first, but then after I kept playing it, I was like, I kind of want this to be done now. But, yeah. It just kept going. Levels lasted a little too long. Oh yeah. There we go. Oh, I was supposed to, yeah, that's right, I was supposed to ride on that. Oh well. Oh wow. Hold the phone. What is happening here? Why are you preventing me from going to the ring? Tails, help me. Help me, Tails. Dick tease there. Unless... Come on, Tails, let's go! But, oh yeah, I got this stupid shield on. That's gonna make more. What? Grab something! Oh, there we go. Okay, thank you. But anyway, yeah. You know, it just kept going, and I was waiting for it to be done, and oh boy, that last boss. I think, like, the point of the boss is, like, why they take so long. It's partially because they tried to implement 4-player, which did not work out very well for the game, by the way. People will tell you, people who have actually experienced the 4-player. Like, you know how it works with the whole 2D, like the, what am I trying to say here? You know, in these games, like the classic games, whenever you use a different character, you know, whenever you use like Tails, if you're using Sonic and then someone else using Tails, and they don't really, it's not, it's kind of the, it was kind of designed to be like the let the little brother play type of thing, little sibling play it too. So you give them a controller and let them control Tails, where they're invincible. They can't really do anything wrong unless you're in special stages in Sonic 2. But like, you know, so that way they're kind of doing something. Well, imagine that, but with like 3 other people instead of just 1 other person. And that's, as far as I remember, that's basically how the 4-player was in Sonic Superstars. It was a dumpster fire, I guess. Come on now, thank you. Oh, just got one more emerald to get. One more emerald left to get. But yeah. Notice how the multiplayer worked there. There was a versus mode, but like, you know, it was not all that good. There were just so many things that just were wrong with Sonic Superstars. Now, I could see why it was $60, or why they tried to charge $60, because it did have more stages, technically. More zones. Because, like, you know how most of these have, like, 7 or 8 zones altogether? Well, like, you know, Sonic Superstars had, like, 11 zones. Not all of them had two stages per zone, though. That was a weird thing. But yeah, it was a very okay game. So it's definitely not worth that $60 price tag. But I got really mad after the last boss. I was like, no, I'm done with this game. And I sold it and haven't played it since. Well, obviously, because I sold it. I will probably get it again sometime. It has gone down in price. Like, I remember when it went down to $30, I was like, that should have been the price to begin with, honestly. The special stage is a neat idea, it's just it didn't work out too well. I was just seeing how long Sonic would go backwards like that. But anyway. Yeah. So, as you can imagine, not a big fan of Sonic Superstars. Like a lot of people. Well, a lot of people weren't really interested in it. Again, the market was oversaturated with classic Sonic stuff. So people got tired of classic Sonic. That was one of the things. Another, again, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, which in and of itself is just an alright game. I mean, I had fun at first. Again, it was another. I had fun at first, and I just kind of got bored and just wanted to end. But yeah. This thing, sniper. It's like it was cool to see Fang in 3D for the first time since, in a more modern 3D game. I mean, not modern Sonic, obviously, but like in a more modern game. Because obviously the only other time you see him in 3D was the only other time you see him in 3D was Sonic the Fighters. But this is the first time you see Bean and Bark in 2D, even though it's not actually them, you know, it's supposed to be like them. But, yeah, I had also heard that, like, I also knew, like, okay, so there was, like, a supersonic fight against, like, a purple dragon. I never got that far because I never beat the second campaign, or the second, you know, well, yeah, second campaign with, what's her name, the dragon chick. And, Trip, I think. Yeah, I never, I may have played a little bit of that, but I didn't play that much of it. And so I never got to the battle, but I hear it's really awful, which doesn't surprise me. But there were so many things working against Sonic Superstars. Some people feel like it was quite rushed, like even more than some other Sonic games. Yeah. Yeah, I think like 30 or 40 bucks is what the game should have been when it came out. It's like, there is technically more content in that game, technically more in that game than there is in this game, if you want to get technical. But that content still has to be good. It's like whenever I talk about it's like whenever I've talked about the non-PS1 versions of Rayman 2. It's like, yeah, there's technically more levels, there's more content, more sections of levels. But if that stuff isn't all that fun, then there's really not a point. And of course, you know, that was a time whenever some people were saying like, oh, he's a PlayStation fanboy, and that's the only reason he likes the PS1 version more. And all that stuff. But, even though that's not the case, I mean, yes, that was the first version I played. Yes, I did grow up, my PlayStation was my first thing. But that wasn't the case. That wasn't the reason. But anyway. Let's see here. Let's see. Now see, that last Emerald challenge is also a little hard. But that one's like, it should be the hardest one, because it's the last challenge. That one emerald, the fifth emerald, should not have been as hard as it was. But it was. Like, I think whenever I played through, like, all the emerald challenges, I think that was, even after playing through the last one, the fifth one was still the hardest. But anyway. But yeah, I was playing, let's see, Superstars. It was major I mean, it was a disappointment that there was still, like, a meh Sonic game, but in a way I was like, I was sort of glad this was happening in a cynical way. I was glad that to see, alright, this classic Sonic stuff is failing, where the modern stuff is succeeding right now. Because, wait, oh, okay. Anyway. I was like, you know, again, in a cynical way, I was like, alright, classic Sonic is failing, and modern Sonic is succeeding. Because around that time, that's also, like, in 2022, we actually got Sonic Origins before we got before we got Sonic Frontiers. Sonic Front Tires, Tails. Thank you. Anyway. What's on up here? Oh no, just the rings to tease us. But anyway. But yeah, because like where classic Sonic was like oversaturated in the 2010s, modern Sonic was doing well. Let's see here. Up here. Alright. I don't know what's up here, but I want to go up here. I want to see what's up here. I don't remember for sure. Oh, life. Well, you know, wasn't a waste of time. Not a complete waste, anyway. But, yeah, whenever Sonic Origins came out, that one was a failure because, you know, again, it was a case of they were trying to remove other ways to play the other versions because they only wanted you to play, you know, the Sonic they only wanted you to play Sonic Origins. So it's like, well, if you're going to replace this stuff, you might need to get it to work well. And they didn't. There were many problems that were never present in the other version before. Owie! Yeah, there were many problems. And then, you had, what do you call it, oh yeah. Well, then Frontiers came out, and it pleased a lot of people. Not everyone, but it pleased a lot of people. And say it with me now, everyone was saying, which was true, it was a step in the right direction. Which was true. Some people were trying to say, no, this is awful. But, no, it was a step in the right direction. Even if it wasn't the best game, the fact that it was actually a pretty good game, it was mind-blowing for Sega, for like Sonic Team at the time. And then, the next year, Sonic, Sonic, I'm trying to think up here. Oh yeah, I hate this stage here. Because of the reason, like, where it's like, oh, if you don't press these buttons, there's a very similar type of thing in Sonic Superstars where it feels worse, honestly. But anyway. Yeah, No, this is fine. This is good. This is all perfectly fine. This is fun, actually. Ah! Maybe it wasn't a good idea to have this thing do that. Oh! There we go, okay. We were trying to help up with Tails. But anyway, yeah, the next year, Sonic... Well, first, Sonic Origins Plus comes out. And they don't even fix all the problems. They do add some stuff. And they're also... okay, so there are some problems that people, I feel like, were overreacting to. And then there are problems that were still there that people were not overreacting. It was, you know, rational about it. But yeah, you had all that, and then you had, what was it? Then you had the problem of, I'm trying to think of it right now. Oh, yeah. So the problems with, Sonic Origins Plus. So, the thing that was awesome about Sonic, Mania Plus was if you got the game, at least on Switch, if you got the game, if you got the game on physically, you got a cool art book and everything, but also the entire thing, no update, no install, the entire thing was on the cartridge. Which I don't know why it wouldn't, but we've seen examples of games that would take up barely any of the cartridge space, but then like you still had to like download an update or download or install it or whatever. Stuff like Mega Man. As far as I know of, like Mega Man. Okay, well the case of like where like it was like the Mega Man collections at the time, Legacy collections, where like the Switch version. If you got it physically, you had to get it new if you wanted both games. You couldn't get... You only got Legacy Collection 1 used, or you can only get it used because the other one was download only. Well, anyway... Well, Sonic Mania Plus came with the entire thing, DLC and all, is all there in the cartridge. All updated, all, you know, you didn't have to... You didn't have to install anything. It was just all there for you. Okay. Well then... Finally. Well then... Sonic, it's kind of an awkward time to do that. I love the music here, by the way. I do love the music for Super Sonic. In this game. But anyway. Folks, I will be right back again. And we're back. But yeah, like I was saying. Sonic Man, like this, the entirety of this game plus the DLC. You know, the plus DLC. Everything is there. No worrying about installing and all that stuff. Okay. What does Sonic Origins Plus do? What does the cartridge for Sonic Origins Plus give you? The base, unupdated version of Sonic Origins, and the Plus is on a separate card, like so you have to buy it new, basically. It doesn't come on the cartridge, it comes on, you know, like the DLC doesn't come on the cartridge. And again, it's an unupdated base version of the game. So that was really dumb. Really dumb. And I remember getting it thinking, okay, I already have the digital copy because I got it when it was on sale. I got the base game when it was on sale. And I was like, okay, you know, I got the base game digitally on sale, but I was like, you know what, I'll get it so I can have it all on the cartridge. Well, I feel like I ended up wasting my money because, with the exception of getting the DLC with it, which, you know, if you already have it digitally, then you have the DLC then, if you put in the code. But, like, I wanted the entire game on the cartridge. Wanted the entirety of it. That's the whole point of me getting it on, you know, physically. And by the way, the DLC is actually basically just it's actually basically just also adds stuff that they should have had in the game in the first place. But anyway, yeah. So if you ever get a used copy of Sonic Origins Plus, you're just getting Sonic Origins, base Sonic Origins, and it's in its unupdated state. So that was a massive disappointment. And then Sonic Superstars comes out, and again, like we discussed, it has a lot of problems. But the modern Sonic stuff has been doing pretty well. Because, like, you look at, well, you look at the Year of Shadow, and you have, you know, you have a few things. You have some Shadow things here and there. But, like, when it comes to the games, you had, Sonic X Shadow Generations. Which, the way they advertised it at first, made it seem like it was, like, Shadow Generations was just going to be the companion game. Well, see, a lot of us heard about these leaks of, like, Shadow being added to Sonic, to a Sonic Generations remaster. But none of us expected, like, we thought maybe he'd have some levels or something. None of us expected that he would actually get an entire game. Which, yes, it was technically supposed to be, as far as they were advertising, it was supposed to be just the, like a companion game to, along with the remaster for, Sonic Generations. But it really honestly felt like we got a brand new game plus Sonic Generations Remastered. See, obviously Sonic Generations didn't really need much improving, so they really didn't. Really, they kind of messed up the... Well, okay, they didn't really mess up the story, they just changed it. It's still not good. It basically just felt pointless. To a lot of people, it felt pointless anyway. But yeah, it was. But whatever the case is, it's still Sonic Generations. It still has well, its own problems, but also all the good stuff about Sonic Generations. Okay, well, except for a few things that they changed that, like, well, they're probably trying to be more modern. But then, like, even people who might agree with the changes, or might have agreed with, like, certain things, still didn't want those changes to be taken away. Like, the whole, you know, everyone, I mean, the only thing we got was now, we got the meme that, like, classic Sonic 8 Angel Island or something like that. Let's see, because, you know, the whole, they didn't change the animation, they just changed the dialogue thing. By the way, if you run into any more of those rings, as you can imagine, it gives you 50 rings so you can become Super Sonic or Super whoever you're using. But yeah, yeah, shoot, better be careful here. Sonic X Shadow Shadow Generations was a phenomenal game. It is a phenomenal game. I love it. It is like, I don't know how I compare it to the original Sonic Generations, because I have mentioned before that, like, Generations, honestly, as good as the game is, it has problems that, like, you know, even just playing through the base game makes me go, ugh, this part, you know, that kind of deal. And some of those missions are really terrible, but it's still a great game overall. Shadow Generations, at least in terms of playing it, the base, you know, game, like playing through to the credits, it is a phenomenal game, and it has like 0 parts in it where I'm like, oh, I don't want to do this, you know. Now, if I'm 100%ing the game, there are certain challenges that are a little too hard, a little too frustrating. But in terms of the game itself, like, or in terms of like the base game, like just getting through to the end, oh, it's a phenomenal game. I think it's still technically shorter than Sonic Generations, which is already a short game. But oh man, is it a good game? Like that was the biggest problem with people. They wanted more of it. That was the only problem with it. And I've heard Exo Fairground Gamer mention this, and I definitely agree. It's a game that it's a I'd rather have a short but great game. Or, I mean, these aren't his exact words, by the way. This is essentially what he was saying. Rather have a short but sweet game than a long, drawn-out game. You know, a game that feels like it lasts too long, or a long, not-so-good game, or bad game. You get the idea. So, I just think that, you know, Shadow Generations is my game of the year for 2024. While I'm sure Astrobot, in terms of like unbiased, in terms of being unbiased, it still might have been my game of the year, but I think Astrobot might have, you know, and obviously not just because it's obviously not just because it won Game of the Year at the Game Awards, but like, it looked like a really great game. So that would have been like possibly tied with Shadow Generations. As I'm playing it, it's really good. Now I haven't played through the whole thing, so this is me saying this as of right now. This isn't me like definitively saying, you know. Wait. I think you're supposed to. Well, hopefully I can figure it out here soon. Sure. Okay, that's right. You just had to get the armor off. There we go. Oh shoot! Dang it! Yeah, Sonic, your ego there. You just get right in front of it. You know, everyone always asks what's up, but no one ever asks how's up. I know, that's probably gotten old by now, but... I know, Sylvester. I will say the backgrounds definitely make the place feel a lot bigger than it looks. I mean, obviously right now it's supposed to look like this because you're in the cave part of it, but like, you know. The background is pretty cool, but no, this looks pretty cool too. You know what I mean? Like whenever we were seeing like almost looked like a city type area, or maybe like a mine factory type area in the background. You know what show I randomly thought of just now, like how messed up some of the stuff was in that show? Sitting Ducks. I don't know. It just kind of came to my mind for some reason. I think when I said factory, it made me think of the bowling factory. It was like the alligator friend and Sitting Ducks. At first I thought that show was like a little kid show, which maybe it kind of is supposed to be one, or was supposed to be one, but like. Like there's stuff that you really have to think about. Where if you really think about it, it's kind of messed up. You have something like you have you have the alligator friend. That's right, Sylvester. You have the alligator friend who, you know, he was trying to eat the alligators always try to eat the ducks. Exactly, Sylvester. Well, like, it just kind of, I know, Sylvester, I know. Yeah, you know what, he's probably hungry. Alright, be right back again, folks. And I'm back, folks. So, like I was saying about sitting ducks, you know, you have the alligators always try to eat the ducks. Well, sometimes it's implied that, like, they do eat the ducks. Like, you know, some shows it's like, it's supposed to be like they talk about it, but they never show it, they never really have any proof of it, you know, or I guess there's never really a hint at it because, you know, if it's supposed to be for kids and everything, it just kind of, you know, you don't want to upset the kids too much, you know, at least around that time. Well, then you have, I did not want to do that, but here we go, here we are. But anyway, so yeah, sitting ducks. Like, they actually have some parts where, like, I think there's like there's like something where they're trying to film, like some ducks are trying to film they're trying to film like something about the alligators or crocodiles, whatever they're supposed to be. They're trying to film them. Something about them, or I guess their natural habitat or something like that. Well, I remember they ended up having like one of them ate the cameraman or something. I was like, wait a minute, that's a little messed up there. It's like, you might see that in an old cartoon or something, but you wouldn't see, or you know, an old cartoon that was, you know, meant for kids too. You never really saw, never really see a lot of character death in kids cartoons like that, at least. I didn't care, honestly, at that point. I'm talking about eating the cameraman, and then like the main duck, I forgot his name, was trying to see like what exactly does he do at his bowling job, or where is he working at? And I think it's like bowling factory, like where they make bowling balls or make bowling material. And it was interesting because, like, you know, it's supposed to be his friend and everything, and you know, well, turns out his friend, again, I forgot the name of, does the cooking, and he cooks ducks. I could be wrong on that, but I think he does. But, this is annoying. This part's annoying right now. But anyway. Yeah, it was something I think about, like, or it's something when you really think about it, it's kind of messed up, that kind of thing. But the show was, honestly, it wasn't bad. I mean, it probably was, again, it's probably meant to be a little kid show. In all honesty, it didn't really feel like a Cartoon Network show, which made it a little weird. In all honesty, it felt more like a Nickelodeon show, if anything. It didn't really feel like it was meant to be on Cartoon Network. But it wouldn't surprise me if it was a case of Nickelodeon deciding to, you know, they didn't want that show, so they went to the other channel. Like, they've done that a few times. Nickelodeon has turned down a few projects, only for the shows to become big hits on other networks. Like, one that seems to be a little more famous is, Adventure Time. There was like a pilot on Nicktoons, but Nickelodeon never picked it up because they wanted... I kid you not, maybe this isn't actually the true story, but I kid you not. Apparently, the reason they turned down Adventure Time was because they turned it down because they wanted Fanboy and Chum Chum instead. So, yeah, they turned it down because they wanted, you know, if that is the case, wow. Maybe Nickelodeon is like, you know what? Maybe they were just like, you know what? We're gonna just, if you don't pull in SpongeBob numbers, we're just not gonna, we're probably gonna cancel you or something. You deserve better. Go to Cartoon Network or something. I don't know. Obviously, that didn't happen, as far as I know of, but yeah, they had and apparently here recently I found out that there was a pilot of Star versus the Forces of Evil on Nickelodeon some time ago, or for Nickelodeon. It was a pilot made for Nickelodeon, or they brought it to Nickelodeon. They turned it down, so they went on Disney. And while it wasn't as successful as something like Adventure Time, it was still a big hit on Disney Channel. Gosh, I wouldn't be surprised. Imagine if, like, Gravity Falls was a show that was, you know... well, of course, I think Disney actually was interested in what Alex Hirsch was making anyway, so it wasn't... So, you know... But anyway... Yeah, Nickelodeon, not the best decision-making. And as I've said for quite a while now, and everyone knows, like everyone really knows, I don't even say it, but I'll say it anyway. SpongeBob is what's keeping Nickelodeon alive. Not only is it their best show, it's like one of their only current good shows. Let's see here. And what was funny about SpongeBob, of course, as you know, as you may know, is that SpongeBob was, I mean, Nickelodeon thought that CatDog was going to be their big money seller, or their big money maker, and SpongeBob was just going to be another show to show. Well, that didn't happen. That didn't happen. Alright. My dog was making some noise there. Let's see. Oh, I see. I think I hear what's going on. Because I know my pets sometimes, they like to... They just like to mess around. But anyway. Yeah, you had, oh yeah, SpongeBob. So they thought CatDog was gonna be their big money seller, and so they ordered like so many different, like a lot of episodes for CatDog. I think like SpongeBob got, it was originally, I guess, supposed to have 3 seasons. But they realized, and now we know them today as basically Nickelodeon's Mickey Mouse. But, okay, as good as CatDog is, I really like CatDog, but it did just kind of feel more like another Nickelodeon show. Like, more than half the shows on Nickelodeon just kind of felt like they were Nickelodeon shows, which wasn't always bad. It's just, they were all kind of, you kind of know what to expect type of shows. Like, if you know a Nickelodeon show, you know what to expect. And CatDog kind of fulfilled all that stuff, It also had generic 90s-ness to it. Generic 90s shows thing to it. Again, wasn't bad. It was just, you knew what to expect if you... Yeah. But, of course, I've got to throw back to Sonic 1 here. But SpongeBob actually felt different. It actually felt like its own thing. Like yes, it's a Nickelodeon show. We definitely know it as a Nickelodeon show today, but like, it didn't. It just feels like it has its own flavor, I guess you could say. It has its own thing going, or had its own thing going. It still kind of did, even with like the episodes after Steven Hillenburg had originally left. But I feel like the latest episodes have kind of felt like they went to having SpongeBob become a Nickelodeon show. SpongeBob's just off screen now. SpongeBob the Hedgehog, you know? But anyway, Sonic just kind of went off screen. But yeah, SpongeBob I feel like the newest episodes have just kind of made the show a Nickelodeon show. If you know what I mean by that. Okay, I don't know exactly how to describe it, but it's just there are certain shows where you can tell what network they came from. Even if you aren't watching it on that network and like don't know where it comes from, you know, yeah. SpongeBob for a while felt different. Even the episodes after the first movie felt different from other Nickelodeon shows. But then some of the latest episodes. Now, some of the latest episodes have made some improvements here and there. There are also just some problems with the fact that, like, and by newest episodes, I mean the ones after the second movie. One where Steven Hillenburg kind of came back to the series. I don't know how much involvement he had with it. I know he was an executive producer again, but like I'm not entirely sure how much involvement. That's the way that looks. Supersonic, yay! But anyway, but some of the newest episodes kind of made the show feel, again, like another Nickelodeon show. It's just in a more modern take on it, you know. Because some of the problems with the newest episodes have been, it's a little too active now. There's a lot of episodes that are a little too active. A little too much going on at once. And, they upped the gross out humor. Cause there were some, it gradually, like, SpongeBob had gradually got more and more gross out humor over time, like toilet humor and all that. But then, like, the newest episodes have, like, you went from implying bathroom stuff, like implying toilet humor, and like people implying, like, someone implying that someone farted or something, to now just straight up having some of the characters just straight up fart. Not all the time, but there are times where that's happened. And then you have, what was it? So they're relying a little too heavily on reusing certain plot elements from other episodes. They're going a little too far with the, you know, referencing past episodes. Like, it was cool, like a lot of franchises right now, it was cool at first, but they are overdoing it. I mean, I could say the same thing about Sonic here. I'll just let them all out. But, yeah. The only thing I can say about the newest SpongeBob is, at the very least, they haven't gone the way of the DEI. I don't even care at this point what you think. They haven't gone the way of the you know, not quite anyway. Like, yeah, Sandy, it seems like she's able to do way more, but not in a way where it's like she can do anything. She's invincible and just a bland character. You know. Oh, jeez. I can't remember if that was, like, originally not in the... I think some of these animations were not, like, transitions to different levels. Were not in, I think some of them were not originally in the, whenever this game first came out. They added them later on, in, like, an update. But anyway, going back to SpongeBob. That's what made SpongeBob different. And by the way, this is the last zone. But anyway, yeah. SpongeBob, it was just different. It was just a different show from other Nickelodeon shows. Now, not all of them are the exact same. They just had some similar elements. I guess most of them had, like, similar elements to each other. But SpongeBob felt a lot different for that, you know. And apparently the reason SpongeBob goes to boating school is because Nickelodeon originally wanted SpongeBob to be a kid. Again, I mean, this is something that Steven Hillenburg was probably like, no, because it would have been another show about a kid going to school and all, you know, then they wanted to be SpongeBoy. Well, SpongeBob, he didn't want that. So what he did, I guess, to kind of compromise was to keep him being an adult, they have him going to boat, like, driving school instead. So that way he's still going to school, just an adult school. Or, you know. And they definitely play into that thing, like, because they'll make it seem like it's an elementary school, because they'll have, like, recess, and everyone brings their lunch boxes and everything. At lunchtime, you know, that kind of thing. Like so it's a way that to make it feel like it's an elementary school, but without it actually being one. By the way, I'm not really the biggest fan of this zone, in all honesty. Not too bad though. At least it's not like the freaking Sonic Superstars thing. But yeah, of course, going back to Sonic Superstars, Superstars. Now, at least Superstars didn't seem to have that much of a problem with that. But Superstars was again, going back, the reason it probably doesn't have a plus is because people didn't really play the game all that much. I'd say the reason they had Sonic Origins and Sonic Mania Plus is because they sold so well, and so they added DLC and then gave you an option to buy the whole thing as a set. I mean, even Sonic Origins actually, I guess it sold well enough because it got a plus. But anyway. Let's see. Give me a ride. Hey. No. I think they like come toward you or something. I can't remember for sure. If they, you know, if you get caught up in that thing. Oh yeah. I don't remember if there was like a secret there or not. If I walk the other way. say my luck would probably be like, I thought it was gonna be like, you know, oh, I'm gonna get near it, I'm gonna try to press the button, but it'll count me hitting the spikes before it does that, you know. Gosh. I don't want to talk too much about this, but I learned about a quite disturbing Sonic fan comic today. I almost feel like the people who found out about Soylent Green, what Soylent Green's made of. I kind of felt like that, like the priest saying, "Dear God," you know, he couldn't really discuss it, but he's like, what he learned about, well, essentially what he learned about Soylent Green, even though he didn't say what it was. And the movie has been famous for its ending line, saying Soylent Green is people. So, spoilers, but to that really old movie, to the darn near, gosh, it's probably over 50, somewhere around 50 years old. But anyway, yeah. Yeah, I kind of felt like that whenever I learned about that Sonic fan comic. And, I saw someone, before I heard the whole story about what all happened in the thing, I didn't actually see a lot of the images, but thank goodness I didn't. It's from some, like, really depraved, like, really disturbing fan, I guess. A fan of a particular thing that's just, yeah, God. It's Act 2 that makes me, that, you know, that I really don't like to play through. Which is this, yeah, I mean, like, it just gets a little too difficult. Especially when doing all these stupid things. Oh yeah, that's one of the other annoying things that you have to deal with that. Let's see. Well, I'm invincible right now, so if they want to attack me, go ahead and get yourself killed. But yeah. So that's enough talking about that disturbing comic. I don't even want to say the name so you'll look it up. But some of you may know what I'm talking about. Some of you Sonic fans out there may know what I'm talking about. I didn't know about it. I don't really keep up with a lot of the fan stuff for some particular reasons. But like, you know, I keep up with some things. Some of the more lighthearted, fun ones. But like, I saw someone comment something like, it was something like, now that I've read this, Sonic, said something about like, Sonic.exe didn't seem so bad, or something like that. I was like, yeah. I mean, Sonic.exe was, obviously we all look at it today as just kind of a joke, but, you know, originally meant to scare people. Probably more so kids, I don't know. But, yeah. Of course. Of course. Hey, Sparkus, how's it going? I am not always a big fan of this being bumped around thing. I shouldn't even have to worry about that. That shouldn't be a problem. But they made it a problem. Anyway. What I can't stand again is being bumped around, not having control, and all that stuff. And some of these classic Sonic games will do that. They'll just bump you around and, you know, a little too pinball-y. Over here, over here, over here. Okay, he's not gonna go. He's not gonna go over there. Okay, well, Tails, how about lifting me up here? Okay, okay, cool. See here. Alright, now I gotta go. It is kind of neat that they have this thing where you can kind of do in your own order. It's not just a straightforward level or straight sideways level. I mean, not that a lot of these have just been straightforward anyway, but you know what I mean. You got these 4 paths that you can take. Kind of annoying though. The idea is cool. The execution wasn't the best. Oh yeah, he tries to like trap you or something until he gets to you and takes away your rings, I guess, or you know, hits you so you lose your rings. Yeah. Okay, I'm about to lose Supersonic here. Like, this is... What is going on here? I was gonna say, what is this? Because it just kept, like... It almost felt like it was keeping me from, like, jumping up there. I realized it was probably my doing, but it was still ridiculous. These big, some of this stuff I found, I've found out because I've been playing through Knuckles Chaotix through emulation recently, which is probably what a mass majority of people have played it through. Mass majority of people who have played it probably have played it through emulation, because obviously not enough people got a 32X. But anyway, found out some of these elements come from, this fight's kind of annoying. At the very least, it is a final boss. This kind of reminds, some of this music kind of reminds me of Metal Slug. Get the ring. Crap. Well, the music's pretty cool. Okay, yeah. I don't think you can escape those. Anyway. Ow. Get the ring, get the ring, get the ring, get the ring, get the ring. Cool. I lost the ring, so if I lose the fight, I gotta start it all over, because, oh, that's good design. Everyone loves that. Yep. Go to hell, game designers. Titanic alert. Caution alert. I don't remember if you have to defeat the robots too. Get the ring! Of course, as you know, it's very irritating because if I lose, I gotta start all over. We had to make it exactly like the crappy design of the old games. Very annoying. At least I have plenty of lives. Which for some reason they, well, I know the reason why they had added lives. Honestly, don't know how you're supposed to legitimately hit him without getting hurt like that. Like whenever, at least whenever all 4 of the things are there, I don't know how you're supposed to do it without getting hurt. Maybe it's a case of you can destroy them if you want to. At least I hope that's the case. I don't remember for sure. Interesting. Pressing like these back buttons. It's causing them to jump. Get the ring! Get the ring! I know Sparkus. Like this is definitely one of those the part things, you know, the darn relatable gamer meme and all that, you know. When you get to that part, as a Nitro Rad, whenever he's like, says something about that, and he's like, see, when you get to that part, this is that part. Yeah, they're down here. That's alright. I'm not gonna bother trying to hit him right now. If I don't have to, I'm not going to. I don't know. I don't know how, at least with Sonic, I don't know how you're supposed to do it without getting hit. Without getting hurt. Into the place. Can you at least give me some rings? Now see, obviously at this point, it's fine. Now since I got Supersonic, this is where it brings me to. This is, it's still kind of hard, but this is actually kind of a cool fight. I don't remember for sure if you have to start the whole entire fight over. If that's the case, I'm going to skip it. Let's see what happens. Okay. Okay, we're in the clear. We don't have to do all that again. You do have to watch this annoying... We do annoyingly have to watch this cutscene every time. But we don't have to see the, you know, boss report every time. I do like how the time does this, though. It will probably get annoying, though. Alright, well, I'll just pause it until it, you know, skips. Alright. Alright. Just trying to concentrate here, folks. But yeah, it's really interesting how the time thing is working right now. I understand that what I'm doing is not the right thing to do. What I've been doing, where I've been like... But it has been kind of annoying. This is what pisses me off now, is when some of these supersonic fights have it to where you can lose your rings like that faster. You can actually get hit and lose it faster. Like, it's so dumb how there's some attacks now that they can drain your rings faster. That's not good. Rings are supposed to be how many seconds are left on your, you know, before you die. If you don't keep getting them. I mean, like Sonic, if you watched mine and Andrew's playthrough of Sonic Unleashed on Wii, they did that crap there. Where, like, you can lose rings by getting hits. That's not supposed to happen with Super Sonic. It's supposed to happen with like normal Sonic. Come on, dude. Oh, this is annoying. I know I just said it was a cool fight, but it has annoying moments like this. Okay, it's another one of those, it's a cool idea type of thing. I also hate not knowing when the fight will be over. I remember seeing a video talking about, like, some people, I guess, are trying to say that now Sonic Mania is bad or it's just not good. It's, no, like, as much as I've talked about and complained about, you know, how overrated it is, or how it is overrated, I guess, in general, I still think it's a good game. I still think it's an excellent game. It's just... Well, okay, I think it's a good game. I think it's a solid game. I wouldn't call it the best Sonic game. I just don't call it the best Sonic game ever. I do think it's overrated. But that doesn't mean I think it's bad. But folks, we finally did it. Or I finally beat the last boss. It kind of shows where it heads into Sonic Forces. Wow. Sonic Mania. I don't know if I'll ever do Encore mode. I mean, I've never actually beaten it before. Now that I think about it. It came out, again, at a time when I wasn't, you know... I had distaste for Sonic, for classic Sonic at the time. So I've just never been in the mood to finish it. Let's see. Well, I can do this. But yeah, Sonic Mania overall, fine game. It was good. It was a good fan game turned official. But like, not the best. Not the best in the world. Not the best Sonic game. It may be one of the best of the classic Sonic style games, but it's not the best. It's still not the best Sonic game. Still think it's overrated for some people. But like I was saying, like some people were saying actually it's bad now. It's like, or acting like it's not as good now. I'm like, it's still a good game, and you know, just because I think it's overrated, like I said, I don't think it's you know. It took me 3 hours, 4 minutes, 49 seconds, and 31 milliseconds to complete the game. Okay, I got it. You're gonna have to keep going there. But anyway. Yeah, again, I may do Encore mode at some point. I don't know for sure. We'll have to see in the future what happens. But that's it for now, folks. And thanks for watching me play Sonic Mania. Through the main part of it, at least. The Mania part of it. Anyway, like this video if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more like this or any other types of videos that I make on these channels. And have yourself a good day or night.